On the surface, Yoshi's Story seems like a cute and whimsical 2D platformer, but taking a closer look has made me realize the lore within Yoshi's Story goes so much deeper than I originally thought. And the theory I've come up with today changes everything, from how we perceive the Yoshi vs Baby Bowser conflict, to the ending of the game taking on a much darker meaning. Playing through Yoshi's Story again after all these years feels like a total fever dream. The pre-rendered art style is gorgeous, and the core mechanic, eating a total of 30 fruit in each level to progress, is deceptively simple. But as I started paying closer attention, I noticed some stuff about the story that just didn't seem to add up. The game opens up with Yoshi's Island being placed under a magical curse by Baby Bowser. This curse went on to transform the entire island into a storybook, along with the disappearance of the quote-unquote super happy tree, which is the source of the Yoshi's happiness. Without the tree, the Yoshis spiral into depression, unsure how to fix their island. And during all of this, a nest of 6 Yoshi eggs had just hatched, and quickly, the baby Yoshis realized the problem at hand and decide as a group to go after Baby Bowser, stop the curse, and restore the tree. Interesting plot setup, but something feels off. Where is Kamek? He's Baby Bowser's right-hand magic Koopa who's known for using magic, yet is completely absent from this game. Even in the manual it states that the curse had been caused by Baby Bowser. But how's Baby Bowser able to wield magic without the help from Kamek? My younger self would have never questioned something like this. But now upon revisiting Yoshi's Story, it's made me question the authenticity of the lore presented to us here. So I made it my mission to take in and analyze as much as I possibly could while playing through the game. And for a cutesy looking platformer, it starts off how you'd probably expect, with the first world being a beautiful looking grassland setting featuring characters such as Shy Guy, Pachyderm, and even Poochie. Pretty tame environment, right? Well, upon completion, the tone dramatically shifts as the page turns over to reveal what I can only describe to be a hellish lava landscape. Levels here feature enemies such as Blarg and Bone Dragons. And if these guys aren't already enough proof that the game is creepier than it seems, here's a look at what happens when you lose a Yoshi. Pretty horrifying, isn't it? The health meter in this game, which is depicted as a flower, represents Yoshi's overall mood. The more petals you lose, the more depressed Yoshi becomes. So when it does fully run out, it means that Yoshi is far too depressed to even carry on. Yeah, pretty dark for a game about cartoon dinosaurs eating fruit. Throughout the rest of the game, you encounter a lot more enemies, many being like you'd expect, returning from the Mario series. But also very strange newcomers that will make you think, what on earth were the designers thinking? The eyes? The teeth? I mean, some of this stuff is just pure nightmare fuel. And if you'd think it stops there, you'd be wrong, because the bosses look like this too. I mean, look at this guy right here. What even is this thing? And this guy here looks like something that I'd see during sleep paralysis. So I think without a doubt, the developers here definitely had the intention of making the game have a creepy tone. As the quest goes on, Yoshi finally makes it to page 6, Baby Bowser's Castle. And after collecting 30 fruit from one of the levels, the facade is broken. Baby Bowser is revealed sitting upon his throne, taunting Yoshi with the super happy tree. A climactic battle between Yoshi and Bowser ensues. And once it's all said and done, you'd expect a happy end, right? Baby Bowser is taken away and the Yoshis have reclaimed the tree once and for all. At first, it seems like the end, but take a look at what happens when the storybook closes. And just like that, the entire story resets, throwing you right back to the beginning. Huh? Really? Nothing about the ending shows the island returning to normal. And if you devote your time by replaying through the game over and over, making sure you beat every single level it has to offer, the story still loops. And even if during your playthrough you opted to unlock Black and White Yoshi, it doesn't have any effect on the story. It still loops. If you go for a melon only run, you can get the highest score possible, but then again, it doesn't change anything other than your score. No matter what you do, you're never given a proper resolution for the state of Yoshi's Island. It seems as if the island forever remains a cursed storybook. This means the Yoshis are stuck in an eternal time loop. But again, how could Baby Bowser possibly create a spell like this? He's never used magic on his own, not once in the entire Mario series. The times when magic has been used, it's only ever came from one place. And that's when it hit me. The only one powerful enough to trap the Yoshis in an endlessly looping storybook is Kamek. And I know we discussed that he isn't present in the game, but all the evidence points to one thing. He isn't gone, he's controlling the loop from the outside. This whole time it's been Kamek behind the scenes pulling the strings. And even if Baby Bowser is defeated, the story will always loop back to the start, ultimately making sure Baby Bowser never truly fails. Kamek most certainly remembers Yoshi was able to defeat Baby Bowser in Yoshi's Island. Honestly, this explanation just makes too much sense. But I do have one more piece of evidence that I haven't mentioned yet. Club Nintendo back in the 90s would release comics based on Nintendo games at the time. Super interesting too, because it seems that they were designed to expand the lore, not explore it in the games themselves. See where this is going? There was also a Yoshi Story comic book. It starts off with Baby Bowser being upset that his castle's all grey and lacks colour. Then right out of thin air, Kamek appears, stating that Yoshi's Island is full of colour to steal. And what a surprise that this causes Baby Bowser to send Kamek off to do the job. And now I know they aren't mentioning the Super Happy Tree or the Storybook Curse, but it's still a very similar premise. This right here proves that Kamek does indeed exist within Yoshi's story. And here in the comic it's Baby Bowser sending Kamek off to do the dirty work. Just like usual. And honestly, ever since I finished my research on this, I think it's very obvious Kamek is pulling the strings to form this time loop. And if you really think about it, this is very much so a grim reality. The Yoshis are endlessly reliving their journey to reclaim happiness while experiencing danger every step along the way. And all for their efforts to be hopeless in the end. And now, when I look back at Yoshi's story, it just takes on a whole new meaning. Many have criticized the game over other Yoshi games out there, but honestly, after all of this, I think the game deserves a lot more respect for what it actually is. So, do you think Kamek is the real villain here? Let me know down below in the comments, and hey, if you enjoyed this theory, leaving a like and subscribing helps me make even more. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next theory. He's gonna steal my liver. Where's the shock spot here? Okay, so basically, well, apparently it's right there.